My name is Spire Slay McGee, and welcome back to Slay the Spire modded. We are going to be continuing with Infinite. I am going to give it a go as the Silent. I don't know how well this is going to work. The Silent is going to require what? For scaling, what am I going to require? Maybe I could go with just trying to get a black card or a ritual dagger and then build those up. Maybe prismatic shard so that I can diversify into another class that has better scaling. Without the ability to get Hubris's xylophone and flip a catalyst into an X-cost card. Damage scaling from normal fights is a little bit rough around the edges. Alright, I'm gonna cut out the possibility of going for 3 elites just so that I go for 2, but I get more upgrade paths. Ooh, vulnerability on turn 1 is really, really good as the Silent. Especially considering that backstab is innate from the time you pick it up. You don't have to upgrade it for it to become innate. And that is ridiculously, ridiculously big. A lot of the time, if you just draft enough backstabs and have Bag of Marbles, like, no floor fight really can touch you. Okay. None of these will scale well into the late game. Do I want to take them as interstitial? What's my boss? Okay. No. If the boss was Hexaghost or possibly even Guardian, I think I may have taken Caltrops here, but it isn't, and I won't. I always go for the upgrade there. Even if it ends up killing me, I go for the upgrade there. And the money there almost always as well. I think... So the correct option here is just dig, right? All of the time, unless you're about to die. I guess. Vajra studies combo with 1 strength. Okay, so we're definitely going to be trying to go for a backstab slash shiv slash, like, finisher deck. I guess we're going to need Shuriken to try and scale. But even then, like, that doesn't get that good. Maybe if we have enough energy relics and enough cloak and daggers, we can defend ourselves and actually take it a little bit more slowly. We'll see. We'll see what gets offered. Well, there's Blade Dance and Finisher, 2 of the things that I was desperately asking for, so I'm not going to turn those down. One thing I may consider here actually is Impatience, just because in a deck like this, I'm not going to want to take any high-cost attacks, so Impatience oftentimes will actually be functional draw for me. Upgrading Blade Dance to get an extra strike, especially considering I have Finisher and Vajra, seems really important to me. Okay. So I can go 14, 14, 14, 28. 28 on a target leaves the backliner with 14 left, which is only 2 strikes from lethal. Cool. So I end up taking extra damage that I don't really want to take this turn, the 9. But I set myself up in a position where I'm very likely to be able to kill an enemy this turn. Yeah. Yeah, that's real good. And by doing that, making sure that I actually get to kill an enemy this turn, I've reduced the incoming damage pretty significantly because I drew most of my defense in the opening hand, so I knew that I was going to need something a little offbeat to work there. So 14, 14, 14. Yeah, I still can't kill the sentry, but I can mostly defend against it. That said, I'm going to split going for the frontliner here, so I'm only taking 1 damage this turn because of the weaken. But I split to start going for the frontliner just so I have the possibility of killing the frontliner this turn, which we do. That would have been more impactful if we didn't also have the ability to actually full defend that turn. Yeah. Ah, well. We did get most of our aggression earlier. It wasn't unlucky that that happened to us. Bottled Soul. Upon pickup, choose an exhaust card. When we play that card, it no longer exhausts. Now remember, that doesn't mean that it stays in your hand. It still gets discarded. Definitely don't want to put it on any of those. I have no exhaust cards, so that Bottled Soul is going to do nothing. I am so sorry, Blank. I hate to report that it's happened again. Strawberry, upon pickup, raising max HP by 7. I mean, I intend to take none of the keys, if at all possible, because those will buff the nightmares that we have to fight in the future. And clearly, considering the last episode, I have to be much more conscientious about how I approach those. Okay. Good fight. Don't need any of that. There's an accuracy, but it's also a leg sweep. Leg sweep is really good. It's an incredible amount of defense. Not the 15 block it gives you, but the weakness. Especially considering I have one source of weakness in this deck. How many other sources of weakness am I likely to include in a deck of this style? None? Like none, actually? Sucker Punch is just really, really inadequate. Neutralize is a starter card, not a base. Is a basic card, not a common card. So I can't actually collect it over the course of the run unless I get the Gremlin matching event. Yep. Leg Sweep will effectively put me in a position where I can perma-weaken enemies, and if you can perma-weaken an enemy, you can get away with having far less defense. Especially because weakness is not a flat removal. One sec while I absolutely Shrek this. Oh, good damage. That's real close to killing. Damn. But especially because weakness is not a flat removal, it's a percentage removal, so it, you know, by definition, will scale. Burst is really interesting because I intend to add more skills to the deck. Like, I don't want to add more attacks. My attacks should come from skills like Blade Dance or Cloak and Dagger at this point, so Burst should be neat. That shot, I don't have enough money to really make any benefit out of that shot, probably. Eviscerated and chopped by giant claws. That means that it would be a standing up Lagavulin. I'm gonna risk it. Alright, that was a bad idea. I hate that the Lagavulin's first turn is standing up and using Siphon Soul here. It's really rough. Still trying to position where I'll actually be able to kill this turn, but you know what? No, I'm fine. I'm totally fine, I think. 2 strikes this turn. Blade Dance. Blade Dance Burst or Finisher or... Oh, wow, really? Well, at least we still full block this turn. There's Blade Dance and Finisher on the exact bottom of the deck. Duvu Doll, for each curse in your deck, start each combat with 1 strength. Well, now that's a little appealing. I'll take the Cloak and Dagger, obviously. But that's a little appealing. Does that mean that I want to change how I'm playing here? I think I can probably just afford to upgrade in this position. Cloak and Dagger getting upgraded is really important because Finisher is a significant part of our damage. Oh, Finisher. Makes sense. Somehow I forgot that Finisher is an attack there, so whoops. Split the enemy this turn or next. It's entirely possible I actually just straight up defend next turn. But we have 22 damage to split the enemy with. That's pretty garbage. Sadly, we didn't get Burst and Blade Dance in the same hand. That was the most important thing to me, really. Okay, so if I use a speed potion, I can get 15 more block on top of 18. 15 on top of 18 is just short of a perfect block here. But my next shuffle has 3 slimes in it, so it actually might be even worse to split than my current hand. No, it's not going to be that much worse, I don't think. Okay. That's basically the best damage I'm going to get for a split. 48. Ooh, okay. So 27 damage is dealt by the finisher. That is enough to split the spike slime itself. So as a result, I'm not going to be splitting my damage amongst the two enemies on field. And we're going to be slightly short of perfecting here. Yeah, so you can see, this is why I wanted to make sure that I got a little more aggressive in this position. And didn't rest before the boss, because I just would have missed out on a free upgrade. So, 14. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Finisher kills the backliner, and we are set up for the frontliner with basically any damage. Beautiful. And that was just enough monsters this act in order to complete that quest log. Interestingly enough, Storm of Steel is not actually great. Storm of Steel, however, in a deck that purposefully stacks curses for the sake of utilizing the Duvu doll, would be good, but then that completely invalidates Finisher, because obviously if I'm generating a bunch of shivs from the Storm of Steel, I'm already discarding the finisher that's in hand. Unless I also start loading the deck up with Reflex, and at that point, you know, I'm taking this card on the speculation that I'm going to be adding a bunch of other cards. No. No, it's just not that good. Alchemize is a card that I just avoid a lot of the time just because of how powerful Sozu is. And especially because I'm going to be looping here, right? I'm not extremely unlikely to end up getting Sozu. This is 3 strength from the Calling Bell right now, but it's also 3 cards in between my combo pieces of Burst, Cloak and Dagger, Burst, Blade Dance, Cloak and Dagger, Finisher, Blade Dance, Finisher, Cloak and Dagger, Finisher, etc. I think I'm just going to take the extra energy. And then start putting some backflips or acrobatics even in here. Ooh, that's a really early party. Yeah, I'm going for that. There's also a really good path after it. 3 elites and 3 rests. This is really sad, though. That's really, really sad. Like, most of my defense went away on that first turn. I really wanted that. Also, this is really annoying. I have to use that potion if I actually want to be able to maintain full HP for the sake of the Runic Decahedron. Okay. So the enemy is dealing 22 this turn. I would have 12. 12 with weakness applied to the enemy. They'd reduce to 7. So I'd still take damage this turn unless I think I use the flex potion and kill. So my damage in hand is 5, 5, 5, 30, 40 damage. So I have to use the potion. I hate how many potions I had to commit to this fight just to make sure that I could keep the Runic Decahedron going. I really wish that I had... Ooh, no, we don't take full work. It doesn't scale well later. Oh, there's been an update. I can use 2 to remove a card, neat, and a random relic, which can be from common, uncommon, rare, or shop. Alright, I'll take one of those. Snecko Skull? Okay. I think now I remove a defend. Okay, I can only get one of each of those. That makes sense. Otherwise, you could just, you know, get ridiculous runs pretty quickly. Okay. So I intend to remove all of these strikes, so final strike is not going to make sense. Also, the only... Is it the only strike in here is sneaky strike for the silent to actually be able to increment strike by themselves? Of course, there's quick strike in the colorless set, though. Inability to rest is a little bad for the sake of the Runic Decahedron, but Runic Dome I don't think I can afford to take, just because it's really important that I can see the Attents later. And Hovering Kite is way too limiting. I think I do take Coffee Dripper here. Execution is really, really good when you're playing as many cards as we are for the set, like, because obviously we're playing a ridiculous amount of cards if we're generating shivs. Ultimate Form, gain 2 strength and dex each turn. If you have orb slots, gain 2 focus each turn. For 5 energy, like, we will actually be able to play that now, right? We've got 3 by base, 2 extra energy relics, as well as a conditional extra energy in the runic dodecahedron. But if we're in a fight for long enough that we benefit from ultimate form enough for it to have been worth the 5 mana we paid on a single turn for it, then we're probably already dead to the enemies. I think the only option here is execution. Oh, and those can now be pulled up. Beautiful. Cheers, Blank. I think it may be execution here. Yeah. It's going to be important scaling for me later, I think. Okay. So I applied 2 execution to the enemy. I want to see, like... okay. So they don't stack in any way at all. The second one was just counted as a trigger for the first one, it looks like. That's okay. Important science to have run. And now the finishers, yeah, double damage. Beautiful. Ooh, a 0-cost slice. Especially because it's something that's actually going to get me a void shard here. I think I can take that. It's pre-upgraded as well. Buy some potions? I probably want to save all of my money. Yeah. I do like getting to like a late shop and then just suddenly becoming ridiculously powerful. I don't know why I did that. I knew I didn't have enough hand space. Okay, so it's 7 per. 7 per means that we've got an easy kill on this cultist. So I'm obviously focusing on the lowest HP ones first. Reason there being means that as quickly as possible we will have no enemies on the field. Or rather, as quickly as possible we will have as few enemies as possible on the field so that I don't have to take as much damage per turn. Makes it easier to defend. Keeps my runic dodecahedron active. That finisher is never going to be good here, so I'm actually just going to play it out. Execution should have been at the start of that turn if I was going to plan it correctly. Uh-huh. Hey, that'll do it. Now, backflip is actually something that I've been hoping for, but the further I get into this run, the more I think actually what I want is acrobatics. I need draw more than I need the block, and the block oftentimes will be provided by playing out my cloak and dagger or leg sweep, especially with how thin the deck is at the moment. And the further we go on, the more I believe that like the ability to discard a card is going to be really important to me. Right. So clearly none of that targeted the backliner, but oh, the backliner has to be attacking this turn. You really, really have to be doing that. I don't want to take any damage here if at all possible. I know I could rest. No, I can't rest in the next position. See, that's the big thing. If I lose the runic dodecahedron here, I don't have the runic dodecahedron for the rest of the floor. So I'm gonna gamblers, throw these, looking for defense. Yep, that's not gonna be enough. That's sad. I am officially sad. Oh, right. I should never double cast Impatience like that. Gremlin Horn, wherever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card. Really, really, really ridiculous thing for us to pick up. Choke doesn't scale, right? The 5 HP is never going to be increased from that position. And the big problem with that is obviously that, you know, we need things like Execution increasing the damage of shivs and possibly in the future some strength stacking to increase the damage of the shivs so that we can scale into the late game. Choke doesn't do that. Alright. Execution being 1 cost is pretty good. But that said, like, we need more draw more than we need anything else right now. I was going to take damage regardless in this fight. I want to actually focus you. 11, 8, 8, 8. I mean, they'd increase each time, but I still don't think we can actually kill the slaver in the front line, though. Yeah, be dealing 10 by the end. No, it's not going to do it. Thank heck we actually drew, like, decent cards this turn. Without that leg sweep, we'd have been really sad about that. All right, now I should be ready to deal as much damage as possible to the slaver. Come on, some sort of access to a blood vial. Oh, there's finisher, so we know this one is basically over. There we go. Bronze Scales, studies combat with 1 thorns, as well as infinite blades. That's going to be really, really good now. It's going to get worse as we continue. Smiling Mask, the merchant's card removal service now always costs 50 gold. Very good. Big fan of that. Burst needs to be upgraded as well. That's something that I've only just realized. That'll be my next upgrade in the next space, I think. So close. That's the kind of situation where sitting down and counting would have been worthwhile. All right. May actually be able to get the kill here. In fact, definitely. Regen potion, as well as nothing. Smith hits burst. Leg sweep next. If only we had that event that upgrades all of your strikes and defends, our entire deck would actually be upgraded after the leg sweep. I don't have to deal maximum damage every single turn. Especially because I can't. Beautiful. That'll get that done. Yeah, Shredded is a really good decision here. I don't think I take any of these, not even the finisher. A hand is no more tragic than having 2 finishes and no extra attacks. So I think I need to have extra Blade Dancers and Cloak and Daggers before I can really afford to do that. Okay. 1 down. 2 down. Oh, damn. This might be a 3 down sitch. That's a 3 down. Shuriken! Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. Exactly what we were looking for. Expertise actually gets a lot better as you have more and more energy, because you just play every other card out of your hand, then expertise for a full new hand. And it comes pre-upgraded. I mean, you know, hard to turn that down. Leg sweep, get that upgrade. I would have rested there if I could have, but I can't, so I won't. Oh, damn! Look at these shivs. All this shiv action. It's that cash 4 strength on turn 1. Wait, 16 and 9. I don't know. I don't need to full defend here. Fine. Cool. Take Impatience all you like, although most of our draw is left in our deck, so yeah. you may have actually taken it to the point where it doesn't matter. Whoop. I'll expertise first. Alright. Finisher for a pretty ridiculous amount of damage there. I still want to have this orb in the backline steal a card from me, because then I just kill that orb. I get an extra energy and an extra card from the Gremlin Horn, as well as whatever card they stole from me just comes back. Alright, I'm going to burst Leg Sweep so that I can make sure that I weaken the enemy. Then burst Cloak and Dagger. Throw out Execution, and now it is time to get nasty. I ended up taking a little bit of damage this fight, but really not that much at all. Shuriken is so important for this deck. I'm really glad it showed up. Glass Knife would work here. Whether or not it's necessary is a completely different issue. Having Malaise in a deck that already has bursts as well can be very effective, but enemies get, you know, 100% extra damage on the first loop, 175% extra damage on the second loop, and Malaise is only increasing by whatever energy I can scrounge together. I don't think Malaise's effectiveness is keeping up with the increase in damage from my enemies. For that reason, I'm not going to be taking it. I'm also not going to be taking Glass Knife, just because, you know, I don't really need it. Like, it stands a little in a way of, like, it's one energy in order to play one attack, whereas Blade Dance is one energy in order to play 4 cards and 1 attack. It doesn't really work for how I want this build to go. So, White Beast Statue, again, we don't take for the possibility of Sozu. Ring of the Serpent replaces Ring of the Snake at the start of your turn, draw 1 additional card. So on the first turn, we're denied 1 card. On every other turn, we get 1 extra card. So it's turn 3 until we're actually card positive for having taken Ring of the Serpent. But missing out on 1 card against a floor fight isn't that drastic. Missing out on, or rather having 1 extra card every single turn past turn 3 in a boss fight is really dramatically important. I really, really don't want to pick up that if I can avoid it at all. That said, the path that it's on is really, real banger. Just rest, rest, rest. So that's 3 upgrades for it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. So neutralize, strike, strike. So it's 7, 10, 10. So 27 to a target, as well as I increase my strength. So then this is 30, 30, but it's 45 to an actual target. So I'll split my damage like this. Wait, hang on. Neutralize you, strike you again, then finish it to kill the frontliner. $16, 20. So I'm not going to be able to kill the Darkling this turn. I can get an extra strength, though. That's pretty good for a Shiv deck against Darklings, really. I think we've probably got the kill this turn. Yeah, that'll do it. By Darkling, hello to nothing. Very glad to have my extra energy from the Runic Dodecahedron back. Really feeling the effectiveness of that. Good gosh. Alright. I was really hoping I was going to draw a power card there. Nothing too powerful at all. Terror is important. I only want 1 in the deck. So, finally time to take it. Nightmare Alpha is going to be a problem for us, isn't it? Should I think I should fight the Nightmare Alpha while I have the ability to. In the next loop, I just die to it. Hang on. Start focusing on other targets. There we go. Just short still. Oh, that's not gonna work. Right. I thought I had lethal on everyone there. I think if I had have slowed down to do the Matrix, not Matrix is a movie reference, like an actual Matrix describing all of the impacts that we could have and how strength would have increased over time, I think we may have been able to do it, but that also would have taken a while. So no, is effectively my response. So the enemy does attack. Oh, right, because it's an alpha and it wasn't casting shield. That makes sense. That makes sense. At least they're not dealing way too much damage here. I'm gonna leg sweep, survivor, then finisher here. Great. Execution is gonna be so important for doing these combats. Wait, 4x7 is a downgrade here, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay, so it actually is reflecting the fact that the enemy is weakened there. Good. That's not what I wanted. Also, I don't want the enemy to shift here. So I think I actually can't even hit them with anything. Yeah. They'll shift no matter what I hit them with. Next hand is more compatible. Mm-hmm. Yes, this one is a problem. I can get a maximum of 1 attack out before the enemy shifts. Let me use the speed potion here, I think. Can't play anything else, so I have to expertise. Looking for more defense. Found a little bit. I'm going to swap to a 5x9, so just 1 extra attack. But I get to deal 64 more, which means you're within lethal range next turn if I do this. I think I have to do it then. Yeah. Alright. So, the fact that we had shredded there may have actually been negative for us because it made it really, really hard to stack up any finishes after a certain point of time. Tori! Whenever you receive 5 or less unblocked attack damage, reduce it to 1. That would have been really helpful in that fight. A black card to add to the deck. Starlight just heals 10 HP. Really good. We can't heal outside of battle, and we do want high HP for the sake of the runic dodecahedron. We'll take it. None of that, though. Thankfully, that paid off. I do need to make sure that I try and heal in every location, though. Use the max HP there. Hey! Starlight in the opening hand. Could not have asked for more. Only 1 damage taken. Wow, I was really hoping we were going to have a better turn than that. Yikes. I know that I have some defense in the deck. Now I just got to find them. I'll throw an execution on you. Thank heck I used the regen potion. That actually turns out to be really important here. Calipers. At the start of your turn, lose 15 block rather than all of it, as well as new. So here's our nightmare. This one is actually a normal nightmare. I'll be okay here. Probably. Starlight is great. A 4/5. I mean, that's the same damage, basically, that's incoming, so may as well get the result of a finisher in there. There's our execution setup. I don't know if I want to shift the enemy to the 4/6 right now. Yeah, I'll leave those strikes in the deck, I think. Damn it. Oh, no, we can use a small shiv and then a big slice if we want to. Yeah, 5/6 is actually far preferable when I'm not defending. Because 5/6 is actually 6. Thank you, Tori. Extremely important that you did that. Otherwise, we were dead. All right. And the enemy dies while they're hitting me here. Beautiful. Mercury Hourglass at the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies, as well as 3 Void Shards. Another Cloak and Dagger. We've finally gotten one. Use this position to upgrade Starlight because it's very, 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 very important. It's a whole regen potion instantaneously when it goes off. Now that's important. Woo. Alright, unfortunately we don't have the execution out there, but the enemy already has like an execution-like effect on themselves. Slow. Both of those stacking with one another is going to be pretty ridiculous here. I wouldn't be surprised if I killed this turn. Yep. Emerald Catcher. Dream Catcher, whenever you rescue me out of cards in your deck, I'm not going to take the Emerald Key just because it's going to make my life harder in the future, and there's no reason for me to take it. Blur? No, I already had Catalyst if I'm going to be doing a lot of blocking. Pendeb, every 10th attack you play deals double damage. Big fan of that. Terra now 0 cost, and then Cloak and Dagger in the next space. Next loop, we might get the Simplicity event, and then we're in. Then we are absolutely in. I can burst Starlight here, that's wild. Oh, that's so damn ridiculous. I don't have Boot here, do I? No, I have Tori. I always get Boot and Tori a little bit confused with one another. It's like a light confusion. Oh, I had extra block at the end of that turn if I used the Calipers. That's my bad. Was not yet thinking about the Calipers. Okay. Only take 2 damage this turn. Could have been a heck of a lot worse right there. And basically, if we blow on the enemy, they'll die next turn. Just a small gust in their direction. Warding Shard, hell yes. Very important to find these shards as early as you could possibly do. Warding Shard, for each axe you climb, gain 1 dex at the start of combat because it scales better than a lot of other things. For that same reason, I'm going to take Dodge and Roll here. It just benefits from the dex that Warding Shard gives me twice. And also, I'm probably going to end up with kunai on this run, hopefully. I am finding myself a little defense light. That said, I just included a cloak and dagger and I just cut a strike, so the balance has changed a little bit. Oh, I also added the dodge and roll. Should remember that. Hell yeah. That's a pretty successful first turn. Took no damage, healed up by 15, got a power played, 7 block for the next turn. Alright, I'll use my draw potion here because this is just a really bad hand. Okay. So I burst Survivor to thin down my hands. Then I burst the Blade Dance to fill it back up. That already kills the backliner, so I don't even need to wait. Hey! Don't even need to wait for another turn there. Flechette should eventually be good in this deck, because it should just be skills generating shivs. But at the moment, I don't know if it is. Let's actually have a look at the types of our decks. So we've got 7 attacks, we've got 1 power, and then the rest are skills. All right, we're taking Flechette. It's pre-upgraded. Come on, it can never be that bad. First things I'll upgrade will be the defense. I'll probably be most reluctant to cut those. Oh, also, let's unlock Endless before I accidentally finish the fight. Whoo, that could have been terrifying. Now I'll just use that for the really quick and easy kill. I'm not gonna bother. So at the start of the next turn, the enemy dies to the Mercury Hourglass. So just get an extra card here. I'm not even going to be able to full block this turn, so Starlight does nothing. Like, it doesn't get me up to the Runic Dodecahedron for the next turn. So for that reason, I'll do everything else. Burst this to fend, then I'll strike, use the other one, and then burst the Survivor. This is just so that I can keep extra block for the sake of the Calipers. Saves me a little this turn. Okay, neutralize, strike, Impatience. Oh, Flechette is an attack. Ryan! I messed up that whole turn. Forgot that Flechette was an attack. Bad move right there on my part. Bad move. Gotta make sure I burst out all those defenses at the end of the turn. Calipers will hold them. Now I can Starlight pretty happily. Unfortunately, the enemy has managed to purge their Shredded off because they died and then came back to life. Thankfully, it shouldn't be too much of an issue for me. Really? I was hoping for more block, but I guess we can just go with offense then. We've got this. Let's burst the dodge and roll. Burst the blade dance. Throw those out, and then finisher. Beautiful. 1,000 cuts would be a lot of AoE damage for this deck. That said, the shivs, once they scale and increase in power themselves, should be much more impactful than just 2 damage AoE. Like, this, again, doesn't scale. It's always 2 damage to all enemies, unless I put more 1,000 cuts out there, and then I have to draft more, upgrade them, and then play them in the course of each fight. It's just very difficult to maintain. That's bad. That's pretty bad. I could take Pandora's Box, transform all strikes and defends. I feel a little bit happier about my defensive positioning now that I've got the dodge and roll as well as the second cloak and dagger. But even then, I guess I'm removing 4 attacks from the deck as well as 4 skills. One good thing is Runic Pyramid would just far and away increase the effectiveness of both Finisher and Flechettes. Just any card that is not necessary in a turn, hold until the next turn. I think Runic Pyramid has to come with this. I think ultimately, if you're doing an endless, like Runic Pyramid just becomes so much better than every other option much more quickly than you otherwise might expect. I could turn down another Emerald over here and then get a later party. So I want upgrades. I do want this early shop, like a lot. Alright. So I'm going to be fighting another Nightmare. Hopefully it's not a Nightmare Alpha. Because the pathing here just means that... You know what? I'm ducking away from that Nightmare. I'm not going to set myself up and then accidentally get another Nightmare Alpha and then go, oh, well, I guess we lose again. Right, I'm just going to do that to myself. Aww. Let's throw... No. It doesn't work. Use a skill potion to get... Oh, Neurotoxin! Apply 1 poison each time this card is played, permanently increases poison by 2. That's the card that would scale for us. That's the one we're looking for, ultimately. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Oh, no, it is! Alright, we're fine. So the enemy takes 3 damage attacking me. And then they take 3 damage at the start of the next turn. And then they take 3 more damage attacking me. So I leave myself with access to the Pendib. I don't know why I stressed over doing that, because the Pendib isn't even that good for me. Take another Blade Dance. Probably the last Blade Dance I want to take. I don't want to thicken up the deck too much. Razor. Right-click during combat to activate. Restart an elite combat against a different elite. The enemies will be stronger. Can be used 3 times. Oh, Bottled Lightning. Put my Execution in my opening hand. That is huge. Absolutely monumental. Cut another strike. Save my money for a moment. Oh, well, here it's definitely tiny chests. 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms, as well as 30 gold on the pickup. Happy Flower, every 3 turns, gain an energy. More than happy to have that. Cut another strike from the deck. Woo, this deck is getting far and away much, much, much better every single time we move. Upgrade a card or remove? I think it's remove. Get another strike out of the deck. The finisher should not be funded by... Oh, backstab, I really want that. Let's remove the other ones we don't intend to take. Yeah, the finisher should only really be funded by shivs. So cutting these strikes hopefully shouldn't impact that too much. Venom, Poison Stab, Jack of all trades, Crippling Cloud, and Venom. I know that's not going to pair. Poison Stab, I know that won't pair with the Venom. Then Neutralize, I don't want to neutralize, so I'll purposefully mispair it. That said, the Gremlin event turned up and it had a Neutralize in it. Harkens back to something I said much, much, much earlier in this run. There's our Blade Dance. Skip that elite because I'm not going to go down like that again. Okay. Don't need another Blade Dance. Nope. The 2 I have in the deck, as long as I keep it thin enough, should be more impactful. Or if you prefer impactful enough. The point may come where I can actually cut the Starlight from the deck, but today is not that day. Satchel. At the end of your turn, retain 1 card. Oh, God. Okay. I'm going to take that, but I also have Runic Pyramid, so I'm already retaining my entire hand. If this gives me a prompt every single time I end a turn that says, do you want to retain a card? I'm just going to remove the relic. Because I've taken it here literally just to pad out my relics, but I'm not going to accept like a giant downside from it. Especially because it shouldn't work like that. Typically, if you have something that is already retaining your cards, the other options to retain your cards don't activate. At least in my experience. Okay. Yeah, it didn't activate. That's as I expected. Bottle Tornado, upon pickup, choose a par card. Started to combat that on nobody had. Now, the unfortunate thing about that is it will hit Infinite Blades, and if it hits Infinite Blades, I can no longer ever remove Infinite Blades from my deck. So do I take Bottle Tornado just to have it? I think I do. I think I do. Just gonna play enough cards that when I want to kill the Gremlin Wizard, I can just turn around and cough in its direction. That said, being weakened is a bit of a bummer here, so we will kill the Fat Gremlin. Like that. And then it is time to cough in the direction of the Gremlin Wizard. After Image is actually really good for us. We play so many cards. We're only going to increase how many cards we play, so it actually will scale as we get extra energy and extra draw into the deck. Take an energy potion, because that could actually be impactful. I'll take another boss relic. Cursed Key, maybe. Definitely take the random relic, and we got... Medical Kit. Unplayable status cards can have in play whenever you play a status card, exhaust it. Neat. And do I cut the upgraded strike or start cutting defense? I'm going to start cutting defense. Punishment. The deck is never going to get large enough to use punishment effectively. Oblivion is really, really good for random orbs when upgraded. That's so powerful. Gouge is a very, very cheap attack. If I had more draw in the deck, so just like maybe another expertise or maybe a single acrobatics, I could more easily tolerate putting 0 cost cards in this deck. Should that be my attitude? It removes artifacts. That's probably the biggest thing about it here. Because other than that, how do we remove artifacts? Like using leg sweep, using shredded, and using neutralize. It's pretty poor. Cursed Key may actually even be a bad idea here. How many more? This is my second loop, right? So Cursed Key will incur 5 more curses over the course of the run if I take it at this point. I think I want to take it, but I don't think I want to take it now. I think I want to take it later. And take a copy of Gouge. Remove a card from the deck. Okay, thank you very much. Very, very appreciative of how many card removal options we're getting at this point in time. Good damage. 29 coming in. It's gonna casually kill you long before. There we go. Send a puzzle. The first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. There's a second copy of Expertise. I think I have to take it. After having complained previously, I think I have to. After Image, then Expertise, then Gouge, I think. All right. We're getting close to a really, really good split here. This'll do it. This turn, in fact, will do it all. Yep, don't even need to draw any more cards. Hell yes. Shredded was definitely the correct choice. Adrenaline. No downside to having it. Well, okay. Very, very marginal possible downsides to having it, including things like having pain in your deck, having normality in your deck, going up against a gremlin, blah, 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 right? Yes, there are edge cases, but the sweeping generalization that holds for 99.999% of cases, it's just great to have in the deck in general. The fight shouldn't go 3 turns long, so Cupcake should be really good for us, but because of how many elites we're going to be going for, Black Star is unparalleled. So many free relics for us. So we're going to be looking to capitalize upon that by healing as many elites here as possible. There's a 3 elite path. Yeah, there's a 3 elite path. That's it. Okay, so it should always be Shredded first, then After Image. The extra stack of Shredded is the vast majority of the time going to be more impactful than the extra stack of, or rather the single extra block. Okay. I should weaken each of them, reduce the incoming damage pretty significantly. Oh, well, that's lethal. Extremely. Power Potion. Another dodge and roll? Yeah, I'll put a second one in the deck. I think that's about it for me, though. Power Potion is really, really good, though. Can't turn that down. Yeah, I'm not going to play them in order here. Well, I guess I should have, but it still doesn't really matter. I wanted the one standing up still to attack me. Let's make you vulnerable, and then more damage to the back line. Like, I know we have lethal here. I don't know why I'm being so tepid about it all. I should have just been throwing attacks left, right, and center. Well, okay, so here's the thing. If your opening hand is, say, 6 cards large, right? And it's 6 cards large because I have 5 cards in the opening hand plus 1 from the Ring of the Serpent, right? And I have 1 card that's innate, another card that's innate, and then I have another card that's bottled. So 3 of those in my opening hand are reliably After Image, Infinite Blades, and Execution. If I have more cards that are necessarily in my opening hand due to being innate or bottled than the size of my opening hand, it just increases the size of my opening hand. Which is effectively me saying, I just put Backstab in there. Definitely. And I will always take Backstab, and then eventually my opening hand will just be Backstabs. Well, it'll be After Image, Infinite Blades, Execution, Backstab. So, Execution, After Image. So I kill the backliner here in order to draw an extra card. Starlight is still in the deck, so I will have the ability to heal back up before the end of the combat. Ideally, we'll get the time to do that, but I, at this point, can't guarantee it. Come on, Starlight. There we go. No need for any of those. Lose Bottled Lightning in order to get Lost Gift. Lose Bag of Marbles. No, both of those are really important. Bottled Lightning is, like, it's if it was Bottled Tornado, I could throw it away, but it's Bottled Lightning. Bottled Lightning is putting Shattered in my opening hand. The earlier we play Shattered, the far better off we are. Hey, it's a Snecko. I've been looking for one of these. That's no Bamboozle. I actually have been looking for one of these. I've got a quest to kill one. Flechette is interestingly, uniquely garbage right now. This deck almost always has something great to do with Flechette. Not here, though. I may actually burst Blade Dance next turn. We'll see. Nope, looks like I won't need to. Yes, my 2 shards for killing that. Prepared actually could be viable here, just so that I can discard cards that I don't want to be holding in my hand and taking up space. That said, we should just remove those cards by not having them. That seems more effective to me. One down. Very much was looking for extra block there, but I guess I'll take Starlight. It's just block after the fact. Oh, Flechette's lethal if I do that. Oh, no, but it was very close. That's fine. Preserved Insect. Enemy elite combats have 25% less HP. Very important. Would like to get it earlier. More bank. Whenever you climb a floor, gain 12 gold. No longer works when you spend any gold at a shop. So we're just going to be looking to dodge some shops for a while. Not that much, though. It's still fine. Backstab upgrade is so neat. But it'll taper off how impactful it is. Okay. Execution. I'll change that. Not bad block, really. That said, we had to be able to conjure that much block because that turn was brutal. I really wish I had a way to increase my max HP at this point. Like, come on. Give me the ball boy. I must have the ball. I'm a Mori, negate the next 2 curses you obtain. Yeah, I'm still not going to be using Duvu Doll yet. In fact, I don't even think I will. Hell yeah! These turns are working out. You really are. Go for the extra lead over the rest. Yes. Backline is not attacking. Beautiful. 1 down. 2 down. Oh, we got the extra draw off it as well. Alright, impatience for even more draw. Oh my god. Yeah, we've got lethal. This is what I love about Finisher. Anchor. Start each combat with 10 block as well as future cards. Future card rewards have 1 additional card to choose from. From the question card there. Weaken the backliner here in order to prevent myself from taking damage. Alright. Let's burst the Blade Dance. Attack the backline a bunch. Burst the other Blade Dance. That'll do it. I'm not really going to try and optimize for the pen nib all of the time here because that's just so much effort for very little result. Just the extra calculations I would have to... Calculations. Like, not that they're difficult, but the fact that I would have to put that extra effort in every single combat would actually just... It would build up over time and it would be quite laborious. Tedious, I think is the word that I should be looking for here. Double damage on the next attack. Lachette plus a bunch of skills. No? I'll settle for what we've got. I don't think I need a third expertise at this point. Thwack. Ooh, yes! Very, very happy to finally see this combat. Have been waiting. Yeah, I'm gonna play out that impatience just so that I can expertise now. Oh, the enemy has been very dead for a while. I'm just getting ready, gearing up for the next fight, in which I get to destroy a gremlin knob for even more reward. So obviously I'm not targeting the gremlin knob while my attacks against the gremlin knob are pretty weak because the shredded is yet to build up, but also I only really want to kill the enemy this turn that is trying to damage me. Hey, 0 cost attack. That'll do. And then I can even Flechette for the lethal. Beautiful. Turnip, you're going to become frail. And Courier, incredibly important. Merchant, restock cards, relics, and potions. All prices decreased by 20%. That, in addition to, you know, as much money making as we can possibly put into this run, means that eventually we'll just get to a store and buy out all the relics. I'm leaving those extra cards in hand because playing them last turn wouldn't have affected anything, but would have just not been good. For me. For me. Okay. Let's try and get just a couple of these down. Right. I'm also going to use the Survivor to drop the Defend, then Expertise, just so I have more cards in hand afterwards. Well, Impatience, then Expertise again. Blade Dance, Shiv, 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 and then finally Finisher. Good turn. I want to be able to do that on turn 1 more reliably. Neural Network is really, really good if the fight goes longer. Oh, no, no, no. It's not good for us. We already have the Ring of the Serpent. Yeah, all of these are actually pretty bad for us. I do like having another After Image. Remove 2 cards from the deck, I think. Transform while strikes and defends is significantly less impactful when I have none. Gonna get again 3 elite path. Happy to take it. In fact, more than happy to take it. This is a lot longer, however, than previous. One sec. Yeah, this is a lot longer than previous runs trying to go through this whole thing would have been. Just because I still have to play like an actual legitimate combat every single time. Like, sure, I am dancing all over the enemies, but still, the combat itself is more than one attack. Lose a backstab? No. Well, actually, as the fights go on, I want to lose backstabs. But isn't my best opening hand like after image, after image, after image, after image, after image, backstab? I'll use dodge and roll. Fine. Way too much money to pay for the red mask. Sorry about that. That said, I really, really would like to have the red mask. Seven and 18. So 7, 7, 18. This increases 30, 45. 7, 7, 18. 14. It's 14, 18, 32. Plus 30. 60, no, plus 74, plus, sorry, It's 32 plus 47. It's 77 damage. All right, so I can take out this target. Cool. Right. And that just lets the... Ooh, keep Starlight even. That just lets the Shredded increase on the target that I intend to kill last here. Okay. That'll do it. Acrobatics, finally got the extra draw that I was looking for. I only need one of those in the deck, though. Maybe didn't even need one of them. I've got to remember, I will be holding on to dud cards from the previous turns. But if I have enough energy, a lot of the time I just spend all of the dud cards from the previous turns. So I'm still a little bit off about it. I don't want you to do the debuff this turn, if at all possible. Too much damage. That's fine. And I managed to farm out a point of strength there. Okay, I'm not really going to focus on the whole whatever the enemy's doing for a while here. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, that I just have lethal this time. Block potion, none of those. Keep moving. Ooh, giant head with execution is just very mean. It's just incredibly, incredibly mean. All right, 47 per, yeah. It's decent damage. Probably should have just held those shivs for the next turn, though. Okay. Let's go with the first expertise here. Flechette, and then just finish her. I don't need to take that for longer. Normal enemies drop an additional card ward. Now, if only we had some sort of a bowl in which to place our vocalizations in a musical fashion. That would help. Accuracy is actually really bad here. It scales by a flat amount rather than a percentage. So it's always, so it's as we go further going to be less and less impactful. And also it's just a lot. I don't want to have to draw that card and play it. It doesn't have any instantaneous effect. Ooh, good upgrades. Well, actually, I don't think there were any other targets. So everything in the deck is now upgraded. Yay! I don't want to go to a rest site again, lest I have to recall. Okay, so we're almost all innate cards. The Starlight here is a bit of a problem, though. So it's now Execution on the main line, After Image, Backstab. The healthier of the targets. Neutralize isn't going to be enough here, is it? Oh, it will be. It's fine. So keep Starlight for an extra turn. And I think I'm just going to go straight for the Reptomancer here. Just ignore everything else. Because I can't foresee a world where I didn't have lethal on the Reptomancer there. Potion Pelter Bomb, pick up gain 2 potion slots, as well as Letter Opener. Every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. Both of those are actually going to be pretty impactful for us. I understand that I have the ability to pick up an Envenom, or multiple times have had the ability to pick up Envenom, and I have Snecko Skull, and I'm using Shivs, but the poison ultimately should not be effective for us. It is so slow in its impact that playing another Shiv or another 2 Shivs is going to significantly overwhelm the damage that I could have gotten from an extra poison anyway. Art of War, if you deploy any attacks during your turn, gain additional energy next turn. Whatever. There's a shop coming up in a couple spaces I'm pretty excited about. 126 is not bad damage. 39 isn't either. Thankfully, I am pretty sure the enemy is just not equipped to deal. Uh-huh. Pretty sure the enemy is not equipped to deal with us having a ridiculous amount of block. The fact that we have calipers as well as those two after images means that we can actually stack block much more effectively than it seems. Ting Shang, whenever you discard a card during your turn, deals 3 damage to an additional enemy as well. Sorry, 3 damage to a random enemy. And Lucky Rock, every time you play an attack card, you have a 5% chance to gain critical. Critical being double damage for the next attack. Stack that on top of the pen nib and whoo! Gonna be a good time. Alright, I guess I'll just double hit this target. And I found the damage I was looking for. I also have critical for my next attack, so all's well that ends well there for us. Oh, no. How about none of those? And again. Flex Potion is super useful, though. At the start of each combat, apply 4 poison to all enemies. Incredibly important this is. It just removes artifacting, if nothing else, but also applying poison's neat. Upgrade 2 random skills. I don't think we even have 2 random skills in the deck that need an upgrade. Pretty sure we have nothing in the deck that needs an upgrade. Beetle Shell, every 10th time you gain block from a card, gain double the block. Sure. Hey, Ice Cream energy is now can turn between turns. Very effective for us. Bag of Preparation does increase the size of our opening hand, so we can just take that. Because we haven't gotten all the... Oh, never mind, we got a backstab. Neat. Yeah, I'll take a Bag of Preparation as well. And then I'll card remove a defend. Take Puzzle Cube. Sure, let's take a Puzzle Cube as well. Puzzle Cube is... At the start of each turn, Puzzle Cube picks a random card in your draw pile. If you play that card, draw a card. The Ice Cream as energy is now conserved between turns. And Bag of Preparation at the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. Inability to heal is just like, you can't do that in an infinite. Because you don't even heal between floors if you've taken that. I may be able to kill here in the first turn. Yep. That'll do it. Oh, Stone Calendar. Never triggers. At the end of turn 7, deal 52 damage to all of your enemies. Yeah, if we get to the end of turn 7, there's a problem. I could take another dodge and roll here. I just lost one recently. No, they're not scaling as well as the after images, as well as extra energy will scale. Transient. We actually have a really, really good chance of taking the Transient down. Specifically, Execution here is going to make that so. So, Expertise... If Expertise is chosen by the puzzle box, it still only draws you up to a total of 7 cards in hand, rather than drawing a card. Actually, you know what? It probably draws a card from the value of Expertise, then goes, okay, now I need to fill this hand to 7. I only need to draw 6 cards. That's probably what's happening now. If I had to take a wild guess. Wish I had 1 more energy this turn. Should have just played Finisher. Oops. Well, I got critical for my next attack at the very least, so that's going to be a big flechette. Told you it would be. Alright, and then 5, 5, 5, 5. Laughing and tie. Alright. Leg sweep? No, just acrobatics. Go for the lethal. You'll find it eventually somewhere. Hey, there we go. No. Also no. Alright. One more smith. There's the backstab upgraded. Whole deck's back to upgraded. Now, Massive Shapes has the ability to hit me back. That's a little bit of a problem for us. That can form the backbone of a serious concern for us. I'm going to throw these. Looking ideally for more defensive things, but I guess I didn't really find that. I don't think I've even played any attacks this turn. Yeah, I haven't. It's okay, though. Ultimately, it's working out. I'm still going to full block this turn, and I've got Starlight, so I can heal back up just in case I don't. On another turn, that is. Frontliner dies if I play 3 skills here, and I will be playing 3 skills here, so we can just ignore them. Survive the expertise away, I think. Pop out a dodge and roll early. Burst a cloak and dagger. Yeah. I'm only taking 1 damage every single time I hit the backliner. They're hitting me with 3 thorns, but I'm also gaining 2 per attack. So working out in the end. Gouge him. I'm intentionally not drawing with half of these cards. All I'm looking for here is the largest finisher I can get. Oh, you know what? I don't even need to go larger than lethal. That'll do for me. Adrenaline. Sozu. You can no longer smith at rest sites is not that much of a concern for us, but Sozu is so much better than it. It only gets harder, so I can only play 15 cards in a single turn, and the enemies have become stronger and also have more HP. Again, I can go for 3 elites this floor. Okay. Execution, after image, after image. Get straight to that lethal. Another Cloak and Dagger seems like it'll actually eventually be effective. I don't think right now, though. I think I probably want a kunai before I take another Cloak and Dagger. Oh, that'll do. I don't need to get fancy with these fights. Ryan, please. Think. I mean, all of these escape plans could actually be pretty good as well. I should be taking them. Yeah, they're just free triggers of my on-turn effects. Sorry, on-card play effects. Not only after image, but execution as well. I definitely should have been considering them this whole time. That's my bad. Yeah. I do like this relic, but I have nothing in my deck to upgrade anymore, so... Upgrade a card in my deck. Or rather, sorry, I won't have many cards in my deck to upgrade because I'm just upgrading them constantly at rest sites. So it won't actually provide us a bonus. I don't think I have access to... What's it called again? Lantern gives you energy on turn 1. I don't think I have access to Lantern yet. Yeah. Lantern would actually be really, really helpful here. Energy on turn 1 is basically the only turn that matters, because oftentimes turn 1 is the only turn that happens. Okay. It would be nice to have, like, a little bit of AoE in this deck. I'm going to be very, very honest with you there. But not much AoE is going to scale enough for us to be happy to put in the deck. I guess Corpse Explosion? Because it scales pretty well. Obviously, it scales to the max HP of our enemies, and our enemies are increasing the max HP over time. It'll work fine for us. Yeah, I'm actually just going to kill the frontliner. Draws me an extra card. That card draws me a card. Oh, that draws me cards that draw cards. All right, we're good. Right. Found the downside. I forgot about Time Maze. I need to remove some of these escape plans. Forgot about Time Maze. Knew that was going to happen. Knew it was all too good to be true. Fossilized Helix, prevent the first time you lose HP each combat. Jutsu Bracelet, normally enemy cannons are no longer encountered in question mark rooms, and we get to continue. Jutsu Bracelet is really important. I'm very glad that we finally got it. I'll upgrade the escape plan. There's nothing else to do here anyway. The Boot, whenever you deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5. That's really good in that it helps you override intangibility and invulnerability as a result of invincibility. Very, very useful. I gotta keep an eye on Time Maze here so that I know that I'm not overshooting it. Good damage. Ooh, Oddly Smooth Stone. Start each combat with 1 dex. Very, very, very handy for us. And Lantern. Start each combat with additional energy. Great. 2 things that I desperately wanted in this run, and they both turned up. Love it. Remove a card from the deck is almost always going to be the correct decision for us. Like, that Slice is looking pretty garbage right now. It's just a very small attack that I don't need. But it served its purpose for a while, so it's totally fine. Ginger, you can only become weakened, as well as Void Shard. Happy to take them. I'm going to prioritize the defense from after images here. I should leave my largest attacks for last. Simply... Yeah. One sec. I should leave my largest attacks for last simply due to the fact that I also have the possibility of... Ooh, Time Maze. Gotta keep an eye on that Time Maze effect. Okay. Simply because I have the possibility of triggering the ability to have critical at any time, I should leave my largest attacks until last. If I trigger critical, then I use them. Blood Bowl, at the start of each combat, heal 2 HP. Unfortunately, we didn't actually heal in that combat. There's Neurotoxin, but it's way too late. It's way too late. I only have the duration of 1 run to upgrade it, and then it goes against the biggest boss. Yeah, that's not happening. Although I could have upgraded it there with the escape plan. I would have to, like, purposely wait every single combat until I had it in play before it would actually be effective enough to use. Sure. Another backstab, then I'll upgrade it. Even better chance at lethal on turn 1. Execution, after image, after image. Ooh, look at that finisher in the opening hand. Oh, hell yes. Backstab, backstab, backstab. I'm going to start cashing my stuff in here because I am terrified that we will just get cut off. Yep. That's how those turns have to go. That's fine. It still leaves me with a very, very functional turn for the next turn. Hey, there we go. We found some more damage. None of those needed. This also isn't actually great. Maybe I transform and upgrade like 2 escape plans in a survivor. Or an acrobatics and escape plan in a survivor. Yeah, alright. Escape plan, acrobatics, and survivor. We got backflip. We got backflip, phantasmal killer, and nightmare. Phantasmal killer could actually be impactful for us in the final combat. Like, it's a double, and double is, you know, multiplicative is some of the best scaling that you can get access to in this game. Nightmare, that's probably a cut, let's be real. Backflip, yeah. We don't need as much draw as acrobatics provides, and we do need a little bit of more defense. So, yeah, guess we can take it. Again, like the most elite filled path includes a possible Nightmare Alpha, so I can't go there. This deck is never going to be able to defend enough every single turn in order to avoid taking a ridiculous amount of damage. Especially in the second loop here, that's just not, it's not tenable. Right. I think I'd want like an entrenched deck or an entrenched deck or intangibility in the deck if I wanted to do that. I'd be super open to putting intangibility in this deck. I just don't know what form in which it would come. I should have just let the enemy die at the end of that turn. I could have had the pen nib easily. No. No. All right. Let's get down to... Oh, Starlight! Let's get down to Starlight, and then we can defeat the Hun. Okay, so we do have a finisher available here. That's good to see. We'll have lethal then. And we're back on full HP at the start of the next combat due to the Blood Vial. Oh. Potions don't even get collected even if I click on them at this point. That's why I'm ignoring them, by the way. Just in case anyone was wondering and thinking that I was just skipping a bunch of potions. It wouldn't have worked trying to pick them up. I think, yeah, I've got lethal. Beautiful. Corpse Explosion. That's the AoE I was asking about. Yep. Just one card in my deck. That said, it's a deck of 31 cards, so I still do need to cut more cards from this deck. I may start cutting, like, second copies of cards, unless they significantly contribute more than the first copy of the card. So... What? Things like... Leg Sweep should probably actually be cut out of this deck at this point. Nightmare as well. Terror is another multiplier. Like, I think I have to keep Terror. Okay, one down. Let's get expertise out there. 3. Just making sure I'm set up for lethal next time. I should be. Hey, Corpse Explosion will do it for me. Beautiful. Corpse Explosion doesn't actually necessarily need an upgrade here. It doesn't actually get that much from being upgraded. That said, I oftentimes don't even have anything to upgrade, so be useful in that fashion at least. Let's burst Adrenaline here. Just backstab a couple times. Burst the blade dance. Just shiv a couple times. Beautiful. Magic Flask. At campfires, the rest option may now be taken for free. This consumes 1 use. Start with 3 uses, kill bosses to gain 2 more uses. And the eraser that we turned down much earlier. I don't think this... never mind. It does work. It completely overrides the coffee dripper. Huh. Well, I still don't need to, but it gives me the ability to rest at campfires for free. And that means that I get another possible card selection from the Dreamcatcher. So I guess I just do it. Don't want any of those. Cool. And then I'll smith the corpse explosion and plod along. Ritual dagger, it's way too late to take. Damn, all these scaling elements getting offered to me now. Matryoshka, the next 2 non-boss chests you open contain 2 relics. Very much hopeful that I get 2 of those next floor, otherwise... why even take that? There's backstab. Do I want backstab anymore? Frozen Eye is probably useful just for help calculating when it might be necessary. Shielding Shard is also pretty good. Card removal, and then we'll remove the Nightmare. Shielding Shard is 3 temporary max HP for each act you've climbed since collecting this relic. One sec. Got him. Lovely. Sundial, every 3 times you shuffle your draw pile. Yeah, when that'll happen. Toxic Egg. Whenever you add a skill card to your deck, upgrade it. As well as a Void Shard. Right, we've got pretty much every relic at this point, except for Kunai. So if I could just have Kunai. Ornamental Fan would also be really handy. Although, a little bit late. But, yeah, still pretty good. Also, please, earlier. Somehow go back in time and provide it to me at an earlier point if you could. Ooh, 144 damage. Hell yes. What a turn. I don't really think I have to focus on anything except, yeah, attacking here. We're fine. Yeah, backflip is a consideration in each of these choices. I may end up taking it in both of them. Yeah, I will. Very much looking for an energy relic after this boss. I'd happily take the Cursed Key at this point. Execution. My job is just kill the Centurion this turn, and then everyone dies. Yay! Ghost Explosion is good. Okay. 1 more Elites. Ooh, the Relic's gonna be so good. Just getting mad Relics constantly. I love it. I don't want to over-invest in trying to kill that backliner there. Ugh, fine. Murder you. I'll murder you. I was very hopeful that I was somehow going to end up with the Corpse Explosion in that hand, knowing there were 13 cards left. And I have a Frozen Eye. I should be looking at the deck when I'm doing that. Ryan, you know this. Alright. Bye, Taskmaster. Pot of Flame. Upon pick up, choose an attack card. Start each combat down in opening hand. We've been waiting for that, so we can put Finisher on opening hand. Pre-upgraded Cloak and Dagger. Yeah. I need more of those than I need Blade Dancers because they're defensive. Drink here for a card offering. Don't need another backflip at this point. Nope. So I shouldn't be taking the Ruby Key here. I just took that by reflex. The reason not to take the Ruby Key is because it buffs the Future Nightmares. We've spoken about it before. So, like, I'll drink here, same as I did before, and then proceed. Oh, I love watching all of those buffs stack on us at the start of each combat. Lovely. Expertise. PK and then hold the finisher for another turn. That seems really good. I'm gonna burst the adrenaline, overfill my hand, and get way too much energy. I'm gonna burst the Corpse Explosion. Ooh, okay, so Time Maze is a hard limit as well. I always forget that, and then I remember it in the course of a run like this. Okay. First thing we throw is Flechette. Then Shiv. I mean, Finisher is already basically lethal. Damn it. I was hoping for a much more impactful turn than that. I mean, there's nothing more impactful than killing your enemy, surely, but still. Wraithform seems really important. It really does. It seems like I should take every copy of Wraithform I see and then just always play them. There's the Cursed Key. Exactly when I wanted it as well. Exactly when I wanted it. Very, very pleased about that. Alright, so the boss at the end of this floor is actually going to be the unique boss. The one that I've been winding up to this entire time. The one that I've missed in the past couple of episodes. Maybe a little. Really, I should not be messing with this. I know that I have lethal. Just let him die. Another finisher now. Yeah. That extra Infinite Blades is a slap in the face, though. We'll overdraw our hands constantly. Oh, thank you. Minus blood. Whenever you take HP damage, gain 2 gold, as well as Singing Bowl. When adding cards into your deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead. Hell yeah. Finally got one. There's an Apotheosis way too late, just in case we needed it. But instead of that, I'll probably take the card removal and get the... Where's the garbage card? There was a garbage card in my deck. Like, there was still one card in my deck that I was like, oh, no about that one. I think I may want to leave Starlight in the deck, just for the ability to heal mid-fight. Where's the other garbage card? There was another card in here that I was like, I don't need that anymore. Oh, yeah. It's Infinite Blades. And as I said, Infinite Blades being in a bottle means that I can't do anything with it. Damn, that's my bad. I really shouldn't have put it in the bottle. I effectively did that just so that I wouldn't get the bottle later and would get more useful relics, but also getting the bottle later would have been able to put Wraithform in my opening hand. Obviously, depends on when I get it, right? I'm assuming the best case scenario right now. I probably just cut an escape plan now. Ghost in a Jar would be really, really good. Dog person, I've told you that many times before. All right. Master of Strategy. Panacea? Maybe Panacea is more important. To prevent debuffs coming in from the enemy. I can't remember much about the enemy at the end of this run. Yeah, I'll take a Panacea. Drink, get my max HP, and then pass on. That's right, I get my max HP and die immediately thereafter. Right. Execution. After image, after image. Infinite Blades, Cloak and Dagger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Murder. I don't even have to play here. Whenever you add a power card to your deck upgraded, as well as for each axe you climb, upgrade a random card at the start of each combat. Yeah, neither of those are really necessary for us. Ninja Scroll. At the start of each combat, add 3 shivs into your hand. Don't really want that. It's fine, though. I'll still take it. Should I have not taken it? What order is it going to trigger in? I think it will trigger after all of my other draws, so I think it'll just fill out my hand with shivs at this point. Pretty sure it'll do that. Okay, if I go over this side, I get one more shop, which is another card removal. Meat on the bone. Wait a second. How'd I get a card? Oh, I've already had 2 chests this floor. That's ridiculous. I didn't think that was true. Meat on the bone. If your HP is addable if it be sent at the end of combat, heal for 12 HP. I'll remove the curse in a couple spaces this time. Nope, never mind. The shivs came early. That's really annoying. My after images aren't both in my opening hand now. I was pretty sure it was the order in which you picked up the relics that affected those there. Clearly, that doesn't appear to be the case. Well, that sucks. Don't need that. Don't need that. It's offering me a lot of finishes now. The deck clearly knows, or rather the game clearly knows what deck I'm running. That said, the whole execution on turn 1 with the finisher, that's just become a lot better. Because now I have more attacks. 0 cost attacks in my opening hand. It's pretty good. Drink again, just to get the max HP. Nope, cloak and dagger there. Again, no. I shouldn't be going for the coin. The key, rather. So we rest, and then take the cloak and dagger, and then we wait for the proceed to show up. Whenever you break an enemy's block, apply to vulnerable. We already have enough vulnerable application here. I don't think we need that. Let's get the shame out of the deck. I think we just pass now. I hope I don't crash now that I've saved and reloaded, because it looks like I'm about to fight nothing. Okay, after image, execution, sorry, wrong order. It's not going to matter, but still wrong order. See, it doesn't matter because the enemy doesn't deal damage this turn, except for the damage they dealt. At least we killed the nemesis. Old coin. Upon pickup, gain 300 gold. This was paper crane. Enemies with weak deal 40% less damage rather than 25% less. That's really impactful. At least I can get back up to full HP. And it's another cloak and dagger. Happily take it. Okay. I don't understand this boss that well. Reinforcing. Intends to use temporary HP on its turn. It's also gaining rage every single turn. This is the Lord of Fortification. I am going to throw out execution. After image, start trying to build up some defense for myself. Yeah, the enemy... So, yeah, okay. So, it looks like its turns occur on a trigger from rage. And on a trigger from whatever attacks I do. The enemy is intending to get max HP. So, let's just watch this for a second. Do they just get max HP when that reach is full? Yeah, okay. So, that's what's happening. Pretty ridiculous amount of damage to be done that turn. Okay, just heal 300. 138 incoming. This is a problem. After image is great. Guess accuracy. Sure. After image. I'll hold an accuracy. Throw the shiv. Cloak and dagger. Dodge and roll. Dodge and roll should have been first there. Weaken the enemy. Very impactful there. Yeah, these after images are so essential here. So extremely damn essential. All right, next turn is obviously going to be a lot of finishing action. So a shiv, cloak and dagger, 2 shivs, a blade dance, 3 shivs. A Cloak and Dagger, 2 Shivs, a Blade Dance, 2 Shivs, and a finisher for 240 damage times 10. Shredded is doing serious work here. So the enemy just hit me with Agony, but I am immune to one of the effects and another one removes a point of artifacting from me. That's really good. Let's pop an adrenaline here. Just get some debuffs on the enemy for no real reason there. Wraithform's not necessary this turn. But I guess it could be eventually. No, I shouldn't play around the could be eventually. But it does get space out of my hand. And I can negate the debuff of it this turn. Yep. Enemy switch to attacking. Beautiful. Okay, so it actually turned out in the very end to have been either correct or correct adjacent. Okay. Let's poison you. Can I... Yeah, I can burst Cloak and Dagger now. And not over-generate. Finisher is now double damage, so... Throw that out earlier than I had otherwise anticipated, but it still works out. Hell yes. Shredded is 100% of the reason we were capable of doing that there. Also, we just got rewards, so I think we have more stuff to do. Attacks that cost 0 deal 3 additional damage. Sure. Okay, we'll explore the secret room. You stand atop the towering spire, proud and tired. Looking around, you spot a lift that would take you to the bottom of the spire, as well as a portal that would seem to take you to a secret room. Let's explore the secret room, and it's another final act. I believe this is just the heart, though. I think it's just the heart. I mean, I guess I can recall at this point. No reason not to. Start each combat with 1 artifact, as well as Kunai is finally here. Hello, Kunai. I'll start each combat with 1 artifact happily. And then card remove, just the worst card here. What's the worst card here? Probably no, it's not Flechette. Maybe it's Flechette. It's not neutralized because it's one of our only sources of weakness. It and Gouge. Yeah, I actually think maybe we don't remove a card from the deck at point. Wild. Absolutely wild. I would take and use for a juice, but I can't. Okay. Let's execution into after image, and then I will kill that target. Well, I can kill it this turn if I throw out 1 more Shiv. There we go. Great, no damage taken. And this frontliner enemy is not long for this world. Any extra attack going to be found in here? Come on. Hey, that'll do it. Thank you, Neutralize. Ornamental Fan! Hell yeah, it all came together on the very final floor. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block, as well as a Joker card. Every 15th attack you play, every 15th card you play is played twice. Oh, it's just another Lord of Fortification? Did this one play differently? I will use the Flex Potion right now, gaining just 5 strength there, happily, for no real reason. Not a bad turn. This is the turn that really tests us, though. Because we can't play as many cards in a single turn as we would otherwise like. It's a double cloak and dagger right there for you. I should be looking at the Joker card. I should be looking at the Joker card pretty closely so that I can see exactly how long I have until its effect. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finisher! Not a bad hand. Could have been a lot worse. Alright, Phantasmal Killer sets us up for the next turn. Enemy is going to try and debuff us, so ideally this turn we're looking to try and draw into the Panacea, if we can get it. Oof. Oof. Please Panacea me. It's everything I've been looking for. I'm not going to be able to find it and then cast it this turn anyway. Not at this point. Alright. So I get hit with one of these debuffs. I'm weak. I can't become frail or weak, so I'm still vulnerable though. Okay. Let's get Wraith Form out there. Then I'll Blade Dance, Shiv, Shiv, Shiv. Burst a Cloak and Dagger. Getting a hell of a lot of block as well. Shiv, Shiv, Shiv. And throw out a Leg Sweep at the very end of the turn. There's another finisher left in the deck, and I've got this Cloak and Dagger left in hand, so we should be... There's not another finisher left in the deck? Oh, wild. I must have gone past it. I'm gonna play Starlight just to get it out of my hand. Burst a Cloak and Dagger. I mean, sometimes Cloak and Dagger is basically the only card you need. Especially when you have so many other things on your side for playing 3 shivs or 3 attacks. They don't necessarily have to be shivs, but let's be real, they gotta be shivs. 1, 2, 3, and then just finish him off with a Blade Dance. 1016 damage from a single blade seems pretty good. And hey, that is the end. I was wondering why I was getting extra rewards after that if the run was about to end, as I assumed it would have, because I haven't really budgeted enough time to do another loop. The Silent Beta card has finally been unlocked. Finally. Knew I was going to get that one day. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. That has been the Lord of Fortification, the end boss of Infinite Spire. All the stuff is linked in the description down below. If you are looking to mod the game yourself, there is the collection, the Steam Workshop collection of all of the mods played in the series past, present, and future. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.